Welcome back, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I'm still your host, Bill Nampick, and now with Taylor Real Estate Group, Claudette Toomey. She is right here, right now. Claudette, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bill. Glad to be here.
Super awesome to see you. And let's tell people, first of all, Taylor Real Estate Group, let's tell them about your company.
We are a small company located in Spring Branch. Wanda Taylor is the owner of the company. We have about 26 agents. We're right across from Valley Oaks Elementary, and we've been together about 9 years.
How about that? And I'm glad you said those two words, Spring Branch, because I was just thinking about what is going on. That is a tremendous area. Let's tell people about Spring Branch, and also for those that may be listening outside of Houston, let's paint a quick picture of where Spring Branch is related to Houston, and let's tell them what's going on there in Spring Branch.
Okay. Technically, it goes from about North Post Oak, and then it exceeds outside the Beltway, but it's very curvy up to Long Point and back down. So mostly the zip code is 77055, and it's been a hotbed area for quite some time.
For
very
many years.
Centrally located, and not to be confused with Spring Valley and Hillshire Village, as those are villages that have their own fire and police. So that tends to be the pricier and part of the memorial villages that Genevieve was talking about. But it's a great area and super easy to get to the freeway. Lots of new focus on doing new storefronts on Long Point.
There's
right. Old Spring Branch. There's the villages. There's Westview Terrace, Pine Terrace. I mean, there's so much that makes up the Spring Branch area.
And let's say from the price point standpoint, let's say hypothetically someone had, I don't know how much money to pull out of the money bag right now, Claudette, but let's say we pulled out $500,000 and we wanted to live in Spring Branch. Is that even possible or not?
It is.
What are we going to get?
Oh, lots of stuff.
All right, let's describe that.
I think at that 500,000 price point, that would more dictate a patio home. Pretty much zero lot line. Some of the older ones, you'll get a little bit more square footage, a little more bang for your buck. 500 would probably get you a fixer-upper in Afton Village. And then it just goes up from there. I mean, there's 10,000, 12,000 square foot lots that then go into the 600 range, depending on location, and if it's in the prime, schools right, within the center.
One more idea. Let's say a couple more radio shows, and I had $800,000. What would happen then?
Okay.
And I'm not sure how many more radio shows that would take, but just
okay.
800.
Not many
cash.
at all, I'm sure.
Cash.
Okay, cash buyers. Cash is king, although it's always cash in the end, right? That could get you, I just showed a home this weekend, and it was a 1950s, had been remodeled quite nicely inside and out, and it had a pool, and it was on a very large lot, and it was in the premium school area. And the asking price on that was $815,000. However, it's been sitting on the market for quite some time, and that's perplexing because it's surrounded by $2 million homes, and it's almost a 15,000 square foot lot.
How about that?
Yeah, but then the patio home realm, again, there's some new construction out there. At $800,000, you're going to get quite a bit. You'll get first floor living, second floor bedrooms, third floor game room in new construction. If you want the single family, though, you're going to get something that you're probably still going to have to put money into.
And let's say, generally speaking, when you talk to someone, and we'll use Spring Branch as an idea, when you're talking to someone about listing their home in the Spring Branch area, really at any price, how do you advise that potential seller? What do you tell them to do? How do you coach them along the way?
I feel like buyers are really unemotional right now, so you have to get them to connect in some way, and it's a strange market. I think it's a busy market, but it's super strange. Buyers are sitting and waiting. There's a lot of low ballers out there, so they come in and they try to low ball. And then you never get to an agreement, which is strange because normally the buyers have a passion for the property to the point where they're eventually going to get there and make it work. And I'm seeing people say, forget it, I'll wait for the next one. And it's just a very strange market.
So perhaps we've created a new acronym, BEI, the Buyer's Emotional Index. We can copyright that.
All
What do
right,
you
let's
think?
do it.
So right now, it is unemotional,
Yes.
however we gauge it. But by saying that, you make it sound like maybe a year ago or some time ago, it was a different dynamic happening. That's fascinating.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely shifted to a buyer's market. I feel like just in the last month it's starting to heat up and things are starting to sell, even if it's been on the market quite some time. But on my sellers, you have to have the perfect property. You have to have it staged well. You have to have beautiful photos. You have to have a doorbell that works. I won't take a listing if I walk up and the doorbell's all cracked up. That's your first indication that maybe they don't maintain their home that well. So you really, really have to step it up, I think, in the listing game to get your sellers to really focus on keeping a property clean and the lawn and curb appeal and just everything. The buyers are looking at everything.
All those things are even more important now, right?
Yeah.
Invasion of the unemotional buyers. I could see it right now. Okay, we have a book. We have all kinds of things in the works.
Let's do this, Bill.
And when you say that, I hate to say it, but I intentionally dismantled my doorbell because I don't want to answer the door. So just saying. But putting that.
We would have a problem if I were listing your home. That's all I'm saying.
I'll get it fixed if that happens.
Okay.
In the meantime, so let's tell people. Let's pretend we're a buyer.
Okay.
How do you work with a buyer right now that's unemotional? Plus the fact interest rates are ridiculously low. So if I'm the buyer, I'm thinking I don't have that much time because you don't know what's going to happen to the rate.
Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe I would be unemotional, but I would be quick to make decisions or feel a pressure.
I think my forte is my availability, and if something hits, people are waiting for that new listing to hit, and you've got to get in right away because some of them are being listed and there's multiple offers and you're scratching your head. You're like, why? And then there's some that's sitting on the market for 200 days and finally the right buyer comes along. So with my buyers in particular, I try to listen. I find I get a lot of buyers that came to me from another agent and they're like, my agent doesn't listen. My agent doesn't bring me any properties. I just send them, information on what I want to see this weekend, and I feel like you have to really plug in. And just, I'd say in the last 3 months, I have sold 2 homes to buyers that they didn't want to see the property that I wanted them to see. And that was the property that they bought. And that was a really good feeling for me. I felt like I just brought more to the table by saying, hey, pictures lie for the good and the evil. Let's give it a shot and see if we can make it work. And it was more than make it work. They actually fell in love. They were an emotional buyer.
How about that? And everybody lived happily ever after. We're talking with Claudette Toomey with Taylor Real Estate Group. Claudette, let's say the idea of listening. Many people, certainly in the real estate profession, realtors, mortgage people, or any other sales profession, sometimes we don't listen enough. That is a very important point.
I agree.
Sometimes we think talking is the answer, but listening, let the word go forth, right?
Yes,
Let's
and I'm a
remind
talker.
ourselves.
I'm a
Me
talker,
too.
so I have to gauge myself and try to
mindful.
pull it out. Yep, absolutely.
I'm not going to say another word this whole show.
Stop
but
it.
then, okay, in the meantime, so what else should we know and how can people reach you?
I can be reached at 713-398-5474 and through my website at Claudette2me.com. A play on my last name, Claudette Toomey. My tagline line is don't regret, buy and sell with Claudette.
Let's say that again. That has a beautiful ring to it.
Don't regret, buy and sell with Claudette.
And you can reach her at 713-398-5474, 713-398-5474, the BEI, the Buyer's Emotional Index, and all those things. Check her out, Claudette Toomey. Thank you, Claudette, for being on the show.
Thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
And we are coming right back. Stay with us, please.